King Charles will pause cancer treatment during high-profile overseas royal tour. King Charles will pause his cancer treatment while taking part in a high-profile overseas visit after getting the go-ahead from doctors. Both he and Queen Camilla are gearing up to travel to Australia and Samoa next week as part of an autumn visit. The King and Queen arrive for a 9-day tour to the countries on October 18, which also includes a 4-day visit to Samoa for the Commonwealth heads of government meeting on the island nation. Since Charles, 75, was diagnosed with cancer in February, he has been having weekly treatment. However, it is understood that while this will continue until he is due to travel, the treatment will stop briefly for 11 days while he is out of the country but will then resume when he returns. Hello viewers, please remember to subscribe and click on the notifications bell icon, so you will be notified whenever we upload new cookies about the British royal family. It comes as the King has been preparing for the huge trip, his first to Australia since becoming king, by following a renewed health regime, immersing himself in nature and the company of loved ones. It was revealed that Charles, who has long been an advocate of alternative therapies, has complemented his chemotherapy treatment for cancer with a love of the great outdoors. Sources close to the monarch say the King believes his desire to get lots of fresh air and encourage family visits has been a main factor in his continued recovery from the disease. It is said that workaholic Charles has had to be persuaded to be mindful of pacing his diary. He has since found great solace in focusing on his recovery to get back to his best. A source said, "The King, by his very nature, is a workaholic. If he's not on public engagements, he is working on the next set while staying across his government papers or responding to correspondence." King Charles and Queen Camilla reunite with Duchess Sophie at royal reception. Best photos. The Duchess of Edinburgh has reunited with King Charles and Queen Camilla at a special reception held ahead of the Commonwealth heads of government meeting later this month. The royals met several celebrities from Commonwealth countries including Strictly judges Craig Revel-Horwood and Motsi Mabuse, who hail from Australia and South Africa respectively, as well as Jamaican singer and actress Grace Jones. Charles and Sophie have a close relationship, however, this marked the pair's first official joint engagement since the monarch hosted the Emperor and Empress of Japan back in June. Charles hosted the reception alongside his wife, Camilla, and the Duchess of Edinburgh. The monarch wore a blue suit, while Sophie looked gorgeous in a floral dress. Among the people the King met was singer and actress Grace Jones, who the monarch managed to make giggle. Speaking after the event, the A View to a Kill star said, "I have met them a few times, ever since James Bond. I also did the hula hoop for the Queen at the Jubilee. So we have a history. Being Jamaican, I believe that the Commonwealth has positives. It's a very good thing that brings people together in a positive way." Charles and Strictly judge Craig Revel-Horwood had a good laugh at the event, although Craig revealed he didn't think the monarch would be tuning into Strictly Come Dancing at the weekends. Telling the royal that he was bringing out his own album, Craig later told media, "I think he would prefer to listen to an album than Strictly. The Queen loves Strictly, not sure the King is such a fan. I know the Queen absolutely adores it." Charles was treated to an impressive dance by former rugby player Freddie Tuilagi. The 53-year-old, who was acting as an honorary consul from Samoa, gave a traditional Shiva Samoa dance, with the monarch even getting involved. After the event, Freddie joked, "The King is going to Samoa and so we gave him a bit of a taste of Samoa man, dancing, man. I said to King, I'm going to do it for you when you get to Samoa, you experience it." He said he loved it, he loved it. They were good moves, he had good moves. King Charles is allegedly willing to do whatever it takes to build a relationship with these royals, but we're not so convinced. Ingrid Seward, royal biographer and author of The Queen and The Untold Story, told Express that it's said King Charles doesn't get to see his son Prince Harry's kids more. "Family has always been important to the King," she added. He remembers his own somewhat fragmented childhood as his parents were always busy doing their duty. It is a great sadness to him he doesn't see more of Archie and Lilibet. Despite the seemingly insurmountable rift between Charles and Harry, Seward says the monarch's childhood and his experience in the spotlight have made him more understanding. That is why he will never break ties with Harry, she continued. He does not want a FaceTime relationship with his son's children. He wants to know them and be involved with their lives while they are still young enough to be able to learn from his wisdom. His cancer has made it all the more poignant to him as he knows that he won't be around forever. And can we just acknowledge how side-eye worthy that statement is? He wants to know his estranged grandkids so they can learn from his wisdom. He wants a deeper relationship for their benefit. Not for his. Come on, Grandpa Charles. You should want to have a meaningful relationship with your kind and funny grandkids across the pond because you want to know them. Do we really have to spell this out? Insiders say the monarch is open to doing whatever it takes to make sure that his relationship with Archie and Lilibet goes beyond the occasional FaceTime call, per in style, but we just don't buy it. If he's willing to do whatever it takes, he could hop on a plane headed to his grandkids' home in California. Or, he could push British lawmakers so that his son could finally get adequate security for his family to safely visit the United Kingdom. Earlier this year, an insider shared a similar sentiment with the Daily Mail. Charles values family above everything, they said, and whatever the course of his relationship with his son, he would never be content with just seeing his grandchildren on the odd video call. The monarch was reportedly keener than ever to make up for lost time with the grandkids he's only met a handful of times. And yet, it's been 3 months since those remarks were made, and the king has still not made a move to impart his wisdom on 2 of his 5 grandkids. Sadly, we won't be holding our breath for it to happen anytime soon. King Charles, set to ban historic word during upcoming royal tour. King Charles is set to ban a historic word during his upcoming royal tour with Queen Camilla, it has been claimed. The term walkabout will not be used on the King and Queen's tour of Australia and Samoa out of respect for Australia's indigenous communities. The phrase, coined by Queen Elizabeth II 54 years ago, is set to be replaced with opportunity to meet the public, out of respect for the customs and traditions of Aboriginal communities. The term has come to mean a member of the royal family meeting, and greeting well-wishers. However, it is used in Aboriginal culture when a person travels on foot into the bush in times of ritual, meditation, change, grief or coming of age. Thanks for watching, please don't forget to like this video and drop comments, and most importantly don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything.